last week we put out a video of us starting up our Model R, getting it out and taking it out into the field and harrowing. And I got quite a few comments talking about how we probably didn't let the engine, the pony engine, run long enough before we started cranking over the big engine. And granted, we probably didn't in this case, but it did bring up kind of an interesting question of how long do you need to run the pony motor before you attempt starting up the big engine, you know? Because if you look here, so this is one of our R's, and if you look here, your pony motor, as it's running, it is dumping coolant down into the big engine. So the coolant is flowing from here down into the big diesel engine, warming up the diesel engine. The other thing is the exhaust comes out of the pony motor and it goes into this heat exchanger right here. And this heat exchanger warms the air, the intake air, coming into the diesel engine. So if we run the pony motor on the R for 10 minutes, is that actually going to make the tractor start easier? Or is it just going to be additional wear and tear on the pony motor and wasting fuel? So it'll be just kind of be a fun little experiment. So we'll see what happens.
Wear out my pony motor.
Well, I don't think it'll wear it out. It's supposed to run, and it runs good. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a test here. I'm gonna start up the pony motor and we're gonna let it run for, I said 10 minutes, but my dad said no, that's too long. So we'll just let it run until I can feel some heat on the head of the engine. And at that point we'll turn it over and we'll try to start it again. Today's weather is about the same as it was the other day. It's cold and wet. It's probably in the 30s, probably like 35-ish. Okay, we'll squeeze back in here. Let's check the oil on it again. So I'm just checking the oil right now. Yep, we've still got good oil. Okay, let's do that back up. And let's go over here and try starting it. Very confined quarters. Oh, here's something. A lot of you people were asking or commenting on this. So if you look here, this tractor has 18.4 by 26 inch rear tires. And usually when you see these R's or 820s that have the 26 inch tires, they have a 23.1 by 26. But this being 18.4, I think it's a little bit narrower, obviously, but it also isn't quite as tall. And so the tire really isn't that tall. The front tires on this are, let's see, there it is right there. It says 9.5 by 15. So it's a 15-inch rim, but they're a little bit wider than stock. And so it has shorter tires in the back and shorter tires in the front, so it still sits level. But it's kind of a squatty little tractor. So anyway, let's get my camera set up and start it, and let's let it run. Okay, if you can see my watch, it is 6:46 right now. So let's go start it up. About 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in, it's 6:52. The pony's still running away. pony motor is warm, where the coolant goes down from the pony motor down into the engine, that's not really warm, but that heat exchanger up where the inlet air goes in, then that's warm. So we'll give it one more minute and then we'll try to start it, okay? Okay, it's 6:55. It's been almost 10 minutes. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna try to start it. Down here so I have some fresh air. That actually didn't make much of a difference. I think it actually started just about as easily the other way. I don't know. Like I say, it's probably 35 degrees, so it's chilly, but I don't know if the 10 minutes of pony motor running made much of a difference. I'm curious to know if anybody else has experience with this either. The head right here is still cold. That's still cold. The pony motor is kind of hot. That heat exchanger is kind of hot too. You gonna shut it down? You pull the throttle and I'll get the compression release. Well,
All it did was wear out my pony motor. Now, if it had been cranking for 5 minutes, you know, when we first started it, let it warm up for a minute, and then start having it crank, I think we could have had it started in no time, as opposed to having the pony motor run for 10 minutes. That's nothing.
Okay. There you go. That's the experiment. Let us know what you think.